All right, shalom, shalom, everybody. Give it a minute. Let somebody jump on here. Dun, 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 dun. All right, Daniel Brown, shalom. I got to watch half of your message so far. So far, so good. So far, so good. David and Michelle, shalom, shalom. And we got Brent Allison and Kimberly Joy. Good morning to you guys. Good afternoon to me. So I guess periodically I may miss a day because stuff just gets a lot going on. Yesterday I had a lot going on, so I didn't get to the daily reading. So bear with me and stuff. Stephanie, shalom. And Felix Gonzalez, shalom. Linda Dawson, Chucky, how you doing, brother? Glenda Newton, shalom, shalom. All right, so, yeah, Linda, you caught us live. All right, so here we go. We are on day 49, Isaiah 49.
So sorry.
That's all right. Listen, O coastlands, to me, and take heed, you peoples from afar. Yehovah has called me from the womb. From the matrix of my mother, he has made mention of my name. From the matrix of my mother. I really doubt that word is matrix in Hebrew, but I'm going to have to look at that. From the matrix of my mother, he has made mention of my name, and he has made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand, he has hidden me and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver, he has hidden me, and he has said to me, you are my servant, O Yisrael, in whom I will be glorified. Then I said, I have labored in vain. I have spent my strength for nothing and in vain. Yet surely must my reward, Yet surely my just reward is with Yehovah, and my work with my El. And now Yehovah says, who formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Yaakov back to him, so that Yisrael is gathered to him. For I shall be glorious in the eyes of Yehovah, and my Elohim shall be my strength. Indeed, he says, it is too small a thing that you should be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Yaakov, and to restore the preserved ones of Yisrael. I will also give you as a light to the Gentiles, that you should be my salvation to the ends of the earth. Thus says Yehovah, the Redeemer of Yisrael, their Holy One, to him whom man despises, to him whom the nation abhors, to the servant of rulers, kings shall see and arise, princes also shall worship, because of Yehovah who is faithful, the Holy One of Yisrael, he has chosen you. Thus says Yehovah, in an acceptable time I have heard you. In the day of salvation I have helped you. I will preserve you and give you as a covenant to the people, to restore the earth, to cause them to inherit the desolate heritages, that you may say to the prisoners, go forth. To those who are in darkness, show yourselves. They shall feed along the roads. Their pastures shall be on all desolate heights. They shall neither hunger nor thirst, neither heat nor sun shall strike them. For he who has mercy on them will lead them. Even by the springs of water he will guide them. I will make each of my mountains a road. My highways shall be elevated. Surely these shall come from afar. Look, those from the north and from the west, these from the land of Sinim. Sing, O heavens, be joyful, O earth. Break out in singing, O mountains, for Yehovah has comforted his people, will have mercy on his afflicted. But Zion said, Yehovah has forsaken me. My Yehovah has forgotten me. Can a woman forget her nursing child and not have compassion on the son of her womb? Surely they may forget, yet I will not forget you. See, I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands. Your walls are continually before me. I'm going to stop there for a second. I think about that verse, that first half of verse 16. I have inscribed you on the palms of my hands. And this is what Yehovah says to us, that what he has done with us. For we are Yisrael, those who have come to keep his Torah, who accepted him as our Messiah. And on the palm of our hands, he has inscribed us. And you think about that. I mean, who does that except somebody who, it's almost like, I know it's the best analogy you can really come up with, but it's like a person who tattoos somebody on them. And I am not condoning tattoos, and I'm not condoning it to be okay. But when I was young and my wife and I first got together, I had her tattooed on my shoulder because that's how much she means to me. This is a representation of that same analogy. He has inscribed us on the palms of his hands. And what do we look at? We look at our hands all the time. You know, when we're doing stuff or our hands hurt, we'll look at them, or washing them or whatever. You look at your hands. And to look at your hands, he always is looking upon us. I think that's really neat and really special. Verse 17, your sons shall make haste. Your destroyers and those who laid you waste shall go away from you. Lift up your eyes, look around and see. All these gather together and come to you as I live, says Yehovah. You shall surely clothe yourselves with them all as an ornament, and bind them on you as a bride does, for your waste and desolate places, and the land of your destruction will even now be too small for the inhabitants. Those who swallowed you up will be far away. The children you will have, after you have lost the others, will say again in your ears, the place is too small for me. Give me a place where I may dwell. Then you will say in your heart, who has begotten these for me, since I have lost my children and am desolate, a captive and wandering to and fro. And who has brought these up? There I was left alone. But these, where were they? Thus says Yehovah Elohim, behold, I will lift up my hand in an oath to the nations, set up my standard for the peoples. They shall bring your sons in their arms, your daughters shall be carried on their shoulders. Kings shall be your foster fathers, and their queens your nursing mothers. They shall bow down to you with their faces to the earth and lick up the dust of your feet. Then you will know that I am Yehovah, for they shall not be ashamed who wait for me. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the captives of the righteous be delivered? But thus says Yehovah, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible be delivered. For I will contend with him who contends with you. I will save your children. I will feed those who oppress you with their own flesh, and they shall be drunk with their own blood as with sweet wine. All flesh shall know that I, Yehovah, am your Savior, your Redeemer, the Mighty One of Yaakov. So, Mishpachah, I encourage you, of course, go and study this chapter out for yourself, but go and seek from Yehovah with all of your heart and ask him how you can be as those inscribed on the palm of his hands. What do you lack, or what are you doing that would hinder you from being in that place? Amen. So I love y'all, Mishpacha. I hope you have an awesome and blessed day. But most of all, y'all loves you. Shalom, shalom.